Term limits often suggest that if we could just get new voices in, we could solve a lot of the problems that we have. It just isn't that simple.
That's why, after much prayer and discussion with family and friends, I've decided to retire at the end of this term.
After 7 terms in office, Utah Senator Orrin Hatch is calling it quits after 40 years in the U.S. Senate. While there's currently no cap on how many terms members of Congress are allowed to serve, imposing congressional term limits has always been a popular idea among the American public, with polls showing about 75% of U.S. adults supporting them. But what if that's not such a great idea?
You can't just put new people in because the institution provides the same incentives for the majority party to work against the minority party. It doesn't matter if person A is there or person B is there.
So term limits might open up seats that were once held by incumbents, but ultimately,
you'd likely be replacing one Democrat with another Democrat, one Republican with another Republican.
In fact, states that have imposed term limits have polarized faster than states without them. Nebraska is one example. Its unicameral legislature is the only one of its kind in the country, a single house with no official parties. In 2000, Nebraska adopted term limits, and since then, its government has polarized faster than any other in the country.
When they introduced term limits, the party organizations and the governor and others became much more powerful in determining who won.
When those seats opened, Republican leaders recruited loyal conservatives to run while Democratic leaders sought reliable liberals.
I think that one of the biggest misconceptions that the public has about term limits is that having people with government experience is a bad thing. You remove members who have developed kind of an overtime relationship with members of the other party and have found ways to foster bipartisanship and figure out where common ground may lie.
And while the public has a relatively low opinion of Congress as a whole, people's own representatives have much higher approval ratings.
And for many people, they wouldn't necessarily like to see their own member term limited out. They'd like to see those other members term limited out. It's not something with an easy, simple fix of one reform and you would dramatically change the interactions of the parties and the degree of partisan conflict.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.